Welcome back, everyone, to Cliffhanger the channel. Oh, perhaps weirdest cliffhanger of them all so far in the series. An unexpected one, because it was just like, hey, you know what? Here's Gant all of a sudden. Now what are you gonna do about it? I don't know. Maybe he's just gonna say, shut up, stop saying things. What are you doing?
Come now, Aji. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
Chief Gant.
What now? You want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two for my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined testimony. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. ...
This must be the risk the judge was talking about.
Just sit back and relax. And enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Ah, so what? You think I'm...
Yes, I do think you're worried. ...
Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't, but someone does.
Someone?
So then, what's your excuse, Righto? ... Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
Is this true, Mr. Wright? ... If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as a murderer. Mr. Wright, you have any more evidence? Present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? What if I don't? I mean, I'm going to, but what if I don't? Yeah, whatever, I'm gonna do it. Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence. All right! The time's finally come to show it to them! Those prints have got to be the Chief's! Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. This cloth, of course. That's a piece of leather clothing. Yes, it most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest.
What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword.
What? Whose fingerprints are on this?
I'm sure Raito has checked, haven't you? ...
Well, whose are they? ... They're Miss Sky's. Miss Emma Sky's. What? They're mine? So I really did do it.
See? I told you it was conclusive.
But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Eh?
I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that?
But...
Give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death.
No. I thought we were trying to do that, though. It appears we have our killer. No! No! Everything hinged on that point. In the end, Lana was found guilty. What? Okay, guilty. Guilty. Why? But that had nothing to do with proving Lana guilty, though. Okay, well, sure. If that's how it's gonna have to be, then let's just go ahead and skip back to the point, then. So, I'm afraid it's too late for them. What do I present, then? It means for your right to make statements. My gosh, Ewan. Should I start reading this in a goofy language again? I'll just sit back and relax and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your neck. Ugh. He like literally turns into Ganondorf right there too. So that's freaking weird. Oh, so what? You think I'm worried? No, sorry to disappoint you. I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. And they just gave him the same voice now. Even if I can't. Oh no. What you mean? We still have some conclusive evidence. No, I don't. Someone does. Someone. Well, then what's your excuse, Raito? Hurry up! I'm not making a cut for 5 seconds. You know, no, not yet. I gotta get to the actual choice first. I forgot there was a choice. What am I doing? I don't just go straight to presenting evidence. Is that right? No. If I show that piece of evidence, evidence sure to be made out of the murderer. Mr. Wright, so you have any evidence, anything what I'm hearing before the report inquiries? What do I do now? Everything is through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Represent that piece of evidence, the one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall. I'd be lying if I didn't, though, so I don't understand why they really are making me out to be the bad guy now. That's kind of weird. Go figure. It's like, hey, I'm gonna get you pinned as the murderer now. I hope you don't mind that. I mean, you're already saying it was you, so I mean, I don't know. Alright, so I want to try something different here. I want to show evidence, and I want to present something else. It's time to show whose prince there's got to be the chief's, right? Of course. Let's see this conclusive evidence. Which evidence is Chief Marshal. Okay, so then what could I present as false evidence? Can I just present anything? I'll present evidence law. No, I can't show them that yet. Why not? You know which item to show. Mr. Wright, if you're not sure, then think it through again. How can you use that evidence to your advantage? What do I do now? I better think this through carefully, okay? Anyway, whatever, I'll just say I can't show evidence. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence! I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut off for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, concealing evidence? This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. He just admitted his own downfall. Not impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Raito. ... Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? Oh, will he now? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When we rearranged the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. I did this before Lana arrived at the scene. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why?
For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
Who do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? No. I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Raito, cough it up already. I know you have it. ...
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in the safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that being chief and all, but it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Raito. You should have shown it then before it was too late. But why would you do that? Because then you'd just be guilty anyway, so heck with it.
It's been a long battle, but the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. What if I still say I cannot show evidence, so... Well, I'm sorry, everyone. I think I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to be driven by insanity again. Yeah, that's right. I said again, everyone. I'm already crazy. I'm a very crazy person. Maybe not as crazy as Joe Dark, but I'm crazy nonetheless. I cannot show evidence. No, it's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, it just exposed that poor girl's fingerprints.
Right. Think hard over the circumstances.
The circumstances?
I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference? ...
So? Edgeworth figured out my plan. Mr. Wright, this is your only chance. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. All right, then. Let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. All right, I see.
Strip of cloth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes. At last you finally brought it out into the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requested that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean...
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas again! How many times do I have to say that? I don't know. Anyway, though, you're as slow as on the uptake as ever were.
Isn't this episode coming out on December 1st? If so, happy December, everyone! Oh, jeez.
What? Think about it! Raito had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? ... You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whom these fingerprints belong to are... Well, it's Emma, but why would they even give me that choice in the first place?
Or is it Mr. Gant himself?
No, probably not, anyway. Emma Sky? What? They're mine! I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? Because I like to hide evidence from you for no reason.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You're really something, Raito. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me.
So it's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. ... You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. ... I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. ... What's the matter? Cat's got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? ...
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh? And what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neo Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neo Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Really, where is he going with this? Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Is it my attorney's badge? No, of course not. Anyway, I don't know, everybody. What could it be? What was in the victim's shoe? I don't know, everyone. I don't know. Huh. What is it? The rubber glove. Oh, the rubber glove, perhaps, maybe? Maybe that's it? I don't freaking know, everyone, actually. Wait a second now. Is there a picture of... No. No, there isn't. There is no handprint on his vest right there. That would be... It'd still be Emma's, though, wouldn't it? I'm a little bit confused here. Let's see. What does that mean? That piece of evidence that contradicts his cloth. There should be blood on it. There should be blood on it. I see.
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
This is a picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked in blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Oh, wait. There's no blood on it.
Ah!
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on this sword.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armorer's sword?
And to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Then he broke the jar on a purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it. Dot dot dot.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? For the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. That wasn't very great. I could have done better than that. Oh my gosh. It's finished. Or is it? I knew it!
Ha! Oh, that was close, Raito. You almost had me.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean, you refute his allegations?
You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
That's not true. It's not true at all. Order! Order! What nonsense is this?
Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? Earlier, old Raito here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Raito? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Dot dot dot. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair! And just to verify that, real quick, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case in trial. Yeah, right. Isn't it right? Alrighty then.
Ho 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 ho! Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. Also, I really wiped away that sweat very quickly. Jeez. How did I do that? Magic, of course.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth.
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright. Dot, dot, dot. It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? I did not. Certainly, I refused to present evidence at one point.
Ha! So the evidence is illegal.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Huh?
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Aji, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't let him. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Dot dot dot. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself. Inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case in trial.
And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SO9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was...
Why did I just go into that voice randomly? I swear, that was shown only a few moments ago.
No! He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. ...
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest?
Oh, yes! No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant! The killer was you!
Oh, Merry Christmas! I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right!
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me.
Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he had to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
I haven't given him a voice yet, though. Sorry, generic detective voice. Can you please reopen the That's freaking Marshall's voice. You know what? I'm just gonna give him Phoenix's voice. I'm sorry. Just a generic, regular voice. Because I don't have a voice for him. Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. I mean, it's not exactly Phoenix, but similar, I guess. I don't freaking know.
He told me to open up the evidence room and take it out.
It's not too late. I'll hand this to Marshall.
Well, to be honest, I was a little panicked too. I had a bad feeling about it, but I never knew it would come to this. That's when I saw it. That accursed knife.
And that was that.
I couldn't just pull it out. It would only increase the amount of blood and you couldn't finish what you started. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I was wiping it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my mistake.
Detective Gumshoe's bloody handprint.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere. I guess I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry. We couldn't think of any other way to move the body. We broke the trunk, but what's the big deal? You pulled down a lot more than us detectives.
Urgh. What does this have to do with anything?
You're horrible.
How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I feel bad for having to do it. I couldn't sit around and pick and choose what to take.
Well, you left the jar fragments in the gloves. ...
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
No kidding.
They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, what are you doing in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. That one day you'll understand. If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out what's needed. ... Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Aji.
What?
Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. ...
I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. ... I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
Those days are gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Raito here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. You see, if I listen carefully, I can hear it right now. The sound of a new beginning.
I don't really know about that exactly, but I mean, yeah, sure, we hang out a lot, sure, why not? There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky? You no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence, up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. ... My. What high standards you have for a rookie. ... I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. ... You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing.
Liar. I was worried that pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job.
In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is, you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
I suppose that is true after all.
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky,
not guilty! Oh yeah! Oh dear, oh my!
That is all. The court is adjourned. February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. At long last, it's finally over. I like how the music just cut out. I was like, okay, sure. Emma? ... Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it! Just now after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. ... You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything. ... Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Ah, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making the detective runner all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of... excuse me? Because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Why, hello there.
Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago. ... was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis! I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. ... I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me! No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day, and hiding what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Sis! I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize! I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course! You know, sis! I always knew that one day you'd come back, and now you have! Oh, Emma. Emma!
And then this is the part where they hug, and then they make up, and then they're just like, I'm going to jail now, sorry. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so doing, we can find the way back to our path. And once we found our path, we can move on from our past mistakes towards a brighter future. At least. That's what I felt like looking at those two sisters make up.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right? Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here.
That glare, good lord. Where was he hiding? I just came to say, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth!
Right. Well, I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. ... We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. ...
It's too late for me. ... No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't change my own mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals! I can feel it, you and me. We're the same.
That...
One day you'll understand if you want to take them on alone. You'll figure it out, what's needed.
Oh, will he now?
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. In order to fight crime alone, one needs a weapon. It's scary, but I've been thinking the same thing for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth...
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma. ... were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime, but they both made the same mistake. ... You said, in order to fight crime alone, one needs a weapon. That may be right, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. ... You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright! Show him what Lana's talking about! Evidence. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just say this right now, just so, you know, if I present the wrong thing, I can go back to the past and remember what happened. What happened? I don't remember. No, I forgot. Okay, evidence that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Well, I mean, the evidence that we wouldn't be able to find on our own? Technically, this and this, but... Huh... The evidence list? Because that was a partnership sort of thing. That's the picture I drew! Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Edgeworth. ... It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth! If you'll excuse me, there's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? ... Well, whatever you do, just remember, what happened in this trial can either make or break you as a prosecutor. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, Wright. But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. ... Farewell. No, Edgeworth, don't leave! I better be getting back too. Okay, I'll come visit you. It seems we both still have a lot to learn. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation! It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. I want to see it added to the court record so I can read it. Oh. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Or do you? Excuse me, I have faith that I'm gonna burp, maybe one more time before this episode ends. I don't know. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Well, yeah, they're pretty young. They still got a lot of life ahead of them, to be honest. So, you know, let's see. Let's just assume that they live to 100. Let's just be optimistic here. They live to 100. Lana's got 71 more years, and then Emma's got, well, let's see, math, 84 more years. So congratulations, you got a lot left. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Larry wasn't in this case, Mia was in this case, Maya was barely in this case. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? I like the interruption there. There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, you think I can afford that with my salary? I can only afford instant noodles, pal. You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. ... Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream? Since we're all here, why don't we all go together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Oh. Oh, wait, I can just press A. I was like, ah, gosh dang it. Is this the point where we get stuck? That'd be terrible, actually. Alright, is it gonna do the same thing as case 4? Or we're gonna have some time to talk about stuff? Nope. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. She's a coroner. I think Emma will be pleased. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. That'll be interesting. I wonder if that actually happens. I mean, when did she get out of prison exactly? I wonder. Maybe she still hasn't made a reappearance yet in the... Well, I mean, she just... Anyway, I don't know, everyone. I don't know. Design... Someone designed this game? No, I'm just kidding. Of course they did. Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. And thank goodness, too, because Gumshoe's the best. He's that goofy detective we all know and love, of course. Art. There was a lot of art in this game, that's for sure. Some good art, too. Some music, though. You gotta just take a listen to it, man. I mean, good lord. That's not what you expected it to be, now is it? Okay, Meekins. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like Dick Gumshoe. Dick Gumshoe. Dim Gumshoe. Yeah, totally. Oh, boy. Yeah, though. It's interesting that they actually played the credits twice in this game, though. I will say that. That's just like, I wonder if we're going to have any words from the people who did make an appearance, like Maya or even Mia or Larry. I wonder. No? Hey, he's not going to say anything, I hope. Hey, Blue Badger, please don't say anything. That would be like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about you. Oh, look at me. I'm so crazy. I'm amazing. Oh! Okay. Why now? Why not several days ago? Like, it seems like it was very poorly timed right there. I don't know. Or was it? Who knows? Okay, then. Well, that's the game, everyone. So, I guess I really don't have time for thoughts. But anyway, what is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this in to me. She's seen one of the guards. Seems, oh, he got put in prison too, apparently. Oh, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambino back your smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? But he wasn't in prison when we first met him after that court case, so I'm a little confused, actually. Just a little. So why is he in there now when he wasn't in there before? Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Well, what's wrong with eating it backwards? Maybe I want to do that. You ever think about that? Alrighty then. Well, that's cool and all. That's very cool. He's been covered up by things in the localization team. Localization team, you're alright. Minus your random mistranslations and typos and whatnot. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see. What was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be... Huh? Oh, no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, got to go. Hey, I get to see what the chair looks like behind him. You don't get to see that very often. No, you don't. No, you don't. Not at all. This has been a long episode. If this gets any longer, I have to segment this episode. I don't want to really do that, so hopefully we'll wrap up these credits pretty soon, actually. I still do want to get some closing thoughts out, though. Hopefully I'll be able to convey what I want to say properly. I mean, you never know. Hey, Maya, you weren't in this case. Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. So sometimes I do miss hearing Nick and ejections. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Maya, afternoon's training is about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick! I almost, kind of forgot how to do that voice, because, my Emma voice is literally... It's like a higher-pitched version of the Maya voice. I mean, I don't know if you've been able to tell or not, I'm just saying, though. It's a little different, so I'm almost it's been so long since I've done that voice, it's like, oh, geez. Because I also gave Maya the same voice as Eika from Skies of Arcadia Legends. So I've been doing that for about 100 episodes straight, that voice. And now suddenly like I took a 20 episode break or something because of Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I brought you your tea. ... Question mark? What's going on? Is this an affidavit? Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Maybe it's my letter of resignation. Or maybe you're firing me. Maybe you're cutting my pay for no reason. Maybe that's what it is. I should have known, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sorry. I will humbly accept this pay cut. Immediately, of course. Thanks for coming to see me off! I can't believe I'm going to Europe! Thank you, Mr. Wright! Thank you so very much for everything! I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright! Actually, I'll be going right into the ocean. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. How the heck am I taking a train to Europe? I'm either in California or Japan. What? What am I? Oh. Let's see. Okay, so open the book. Open sesame. What do we got? It's a letter. Oh no. Oh no. What could this mean? It's a crazy thing. Oh, I see. Younger Emma Lana. As she was a detective still. I gotta say, she looks a lot different with a detective's outfit on, doesn't she now? Alright, that's the end of that then. Capcom. Is that it? We're just straight up done now, are we? Alrighty then. So I guess we're gonna be going back to the title screen, I assume. Hold it! You better not do that again, game. No, okay, not doing that again. I already knew I knew that was the last case anyway, but still, you never know. So if I do new game, then I do go to case 5. Let's see what that looks like. What? Huh. Did I miss something? Did I do something wrong? Huh, I don't know actually. Well, anyway. I guess that's the end of that then. That's the end of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, everyone. I guess I'll put the poll up today. Like I said, I already gave you a warning. You didn't get your suggestion in time. I'm sorry. That's your problem there. Just I don't mean to be rude or anything, but you didn't get a suggestion at all. There's always next time, everyone. There's always next time. Maybe I'll play a shorter. Maybe if it gets voted, maybe I'll play a shorter series or something, and then you'll be able to get another suggestion next time quicker that way. I don't know. Anyway, this game was fun. It was a lot of fun. I got to get my thoughts in quickly because I only got about 8 minutes left before I have to think about segmenting the episode, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather just end the video personally. So anyway, the poll will be up with this episode. It should be anyway. If it isn't, then freaking like spam me or something. I don't freaking know. It'll be in the description. It'll be at the end of this video as an annotation as well, because it'll be a video as usual. I don't plan on changing that anytime soon anyway. Maybe, I don't know if that'll be something I run with forever, but it's worked so well for the last year, why stop doing that, right? So anyway, it'll be at the end of the video, it'll be in the description, just look for it there, and then, whatever, I'll explain it in the video, as I always do, of course, because I always like explaining things millions of times. Hey, that's that. Also, the poll link will be in the description of Tales of Zestiria episodes that come out after this. I don't know when I'm going to start the next series exactly. It depends. It really does depend, actually. This is going to be coming up on, I believe, a Tuesday, I think. So, I don't know exactly when would be an appropriate time. Like, let's see. I'll let the poll go too long. Like, it's like, maybe I'll let the poll run for about, let's see. It's Tuesday, so 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. I could let it run maybe 5 days until Saturday, maybe? I want to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it run for 5 days until Saturday. It'll end as the calendar flips over to Sunday at midnight. That's when the poll will end. So basically that's what we're going to do. And then I think since I have Zestiria running anyway, I don't need to actually put up any filler content. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to record on Tuesday. Wait. Uh-oh. No, that might not work, actually, because... No, that still might work. I don't freaking know. I don't know what I'm going to do, really, everyone. I'll work with it. I think what we're going to do right now is I'm going to do that on a... I'm going to end the poll on Sunday at midnight, so as the calendar flips from Saturday to Sunday, and then I'm going to start the next series on, I guess, I don't know, let's go with Tuesday or something like that. We'll start the next series on Tuesday. So the poll results will be finalized for a day or two, I guess. I don't know. But the thing is, though, I don't know. It's like I want to get good time to record. Ideally, I don't want to record at night if I can help it. So I'll probably record it. The poll end on Sunday. I'll record it on Monday. Wait a second. Actually, I might be in class on Monday. You know what? Change of plans. Okay. I'll stick with what I just said, but I'll record on Tuesday. The first episode of the next series will come out on Wednesday. I think that's what it's gonna come down to anyway. Well, either way, it doesn't really matter when I record it, but either way, it's going to be out on a Wednesday. I think I might have class on a Monday. I have to check my calendar, of course. I don't actually remember for sure, but actually I can look at it right now. Yeah. I have to be at class for a final exam on Monday, so I'll record on Tuesday. Poll will be over Sunday at midnight. I'll record on Tuesday, and next series starts on Wednesday, so that'll be your time frame, and then Zestiria will get pushed up to the moon. Yeah, it'll literally get pushed up to the moon. It'll get pushed up to the noon time slot, and then on Wednesday, it'll go back to midnight. So that's all you really need to know now. So, excuse me. I'm not gonna end it because I still haven't actually done my closing thoughts. I'm just giving you the roundabout on the poll, pretty much. So that's what's gonna be going on with the poll. As for the series, I got 6 minutes here, so I'm gonna have to make this quick. For the series, though, I gotta say this is a lot of fun, though. Case 2 was not was non-blind pretty much for the most part. I mean, not the answers. I'd say every case in the series, the answers were blind. The answers were blind. I didn't know how I was going to come to each conclusion. That's what I didn't really know. However, except for case 4, I think case 4 was the biggest one that I already knew because I knew that Manfred von Karma was a killer. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, that eliminates a lot of guesswork, though. They did make it kind of obvious anyway, based off of things, because I don't know, like, oh, Edgeworth, or what was it, Yanni Yogi? I forget what the choices were when we were talking to what's his face. I already forgot his name. Either way, whatever that guy's name was, though, that's when I was like, oh, I already knew it was Von Karma. So I mean, this is process of elimination. Plus, I already kind of knew, so it's like, there you go, boom. Anyway, as I was going to say, though, case 1 was completely blind. I didn't really know anything about that. Case 2, I knew a lot of the plot behind it. I didn't know the answers. Case 3 was 95% blind. The only thing I knew about... Actually, I didn't know it was going to be in that case specifically, but I did know that there was a part where Edgeworth was supposed to help you out, apparently. I guess that was the case where he helped you out. I knew about that. I just didn't know it was going to be in that case. Other than that, that case was completely blind to me. Case 4... I knew the big plot twist about Von Karma being the murderer. Other than that, that was also completely blind. Case 5, I didn't know anything. Case 5 was probably the most blind case of them all, minus the fingerprints. I only did that because I knew there was a thing with the touchscreen and the microphone. So I had to do a little bit of research on that, you see. So I figured that out, and I was like, oh, okay, I see. So I'll have to worry about that then. That was it. That was all I knew about. Other than that, I knew nothing. I knew nothing what to expect. Everything came in as pretty much a surprise. I was like, oh, interesting. That's how that works. I was even kind of starting to think maybe Maya would show up at some point. Like, I don't know. I didn't know. No idea. So anyway, that's it. Ace Attorney's done. It's going to be a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys ever want me to play another one. Of course, just leave a suggestion of future series. Obviously, it's too late now, but do that if you want me to. I've already seen Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations, so if you do suggest those, it will be a non-blind playthrough, of course. And the next blind game for me would actually be Apollo Justice and the spin-off games, the Ace Attorney Investigations. Those would be the next blind games for me. Those would be completely blind, I should say. The other two, though, not so blind. Anyway, Ace Attorney is an interesting series, I gotta say. Until about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago or whatever, whenever I started watching Mega Shadowfist series on Justice for All, I had no idea what Ace Attorney was going to be like. I was like, oh, it's probably just court cases and like, oh my gosh, you got to prove things. I can understand why people like this series though. It's weird. It's kind of weird explaining like why is this a fun series? It's literally just court cases. Why is a game about court cases fun? Why is a game about lawyers and prosecutors fun? Like, I don't freaking know. That's one of those things I questioned when I started playing this game. Like, why is this fun? I don't know. It just is. I guess that's probably, for lack of a better explanation, it just is for whatever reason. It's like this story is intriguing in its own weird way. It's fun. I don't know. One of those things, really. You just never know, everyone. Anyway, I guess that's all the thoughts I want to get out. If you have any questions about my thoughts on this, I maybe you want to ask, did I enjoy the series? Yes, of course I enjoyed the series. I really did enjoy the series. I liked it. I had a few stump points, but I liked it. Anyway, aside from that, though, if you have any questions about my thoughts on the series, just feel free to ask in the comments, and I'll try to answer them for ya. So until then, everyone, adios. And of course, there's going to be no bonus episode. Why would this have a bonus episode? I'd be confused if it did. See ya!